Hello and welcome to Avenging Past 7. Today is day 246 of our free-to-play farming guide account. And I got no idea if we have anything to talk about. Um, yeah. So I think we might just go, it might be a quick video today. We'll just be going through what's going on. I'll check the comments from yesterday's video because I do believe I did get a few. Let's see. PsychTube commented back on the day 1 video, saying that he was excited to have found the channel, found the series. Asked not skip the boring bits, and that he loves to play along and to keep up the great work. So PsychTube, if you ever make it to this video, this is where I was whenever you caught up, and I thank you for joining the channel and supporting the channel. Saka782 says that he's, I believe, a week away from hitting level 85, and that he's excited for 5v5 Grand Arena. And you know, good job. It's a long ways to go to get to level 85, and it's even longer to get to where you feel happy with where your account is, or at least it was for me. So congratulations on getting to level 85, and I hope the rest of it goes well, because it can be a long journey getting to where your account feels competitive and feels like you stand a chance. Because and even then, even at, what am I at, 3.6 mil on the main account, even there I feel like I don't stand a chance half the time. Those are most of the comments. A few of the others I responded to in the commented back to. Today is Wednesday, so episode 3 of Secret Invasion came out today. Hopefully I'll get to watch that later today. I did get to see episode 2 last week, or earlier this week, I think it was. And you know, it's an interesting show. I enjoy most of what Marvel does. I enjoy most of it. I won't say all of it, but you've heard me talk about quite a few things about Marvel. Of course, the other week I was ranting about Marvel. But I enjoy most things that Marvel does, and even when I have criticisms about the Secret Invasion show, and I have my certain complaints, overall I still really like it. Overall, I still am enjoying the Secret Invasion show, and I think that is that's worth enjoying. I mean, Samuel L. Jackson is awesome. It's hard to it's hard to beat Samuel L. Jackson when it comes to a good show or a good movie. I mean, he's part of some of the best movies that we have, and you know, him being in a Marvel show, having so much time to show off his acting ability and enhance the story and everything about it is awesome. And I enjoyed last week's episode. I would hope to enjoy this week's episode. Um, as well, I mean, Amelia Clark is in the show. I mean, Amelia Clark is awesome. So I'm excited about it, and I hope that you are enjoying it if you are following along with it. You can let me know down below if you have enjoyed the first 2 episodes, or if you are just skipping it all together or waiting till it's finished to watch it all at once. I would enjoy hearing your answers. When it comes to Star Wars, where are we with Star Wars? I have not seen Visions Season 2 yet, Volume 2. I still have not finished The Bad Batch. I think it's still, what was it, 2 episodes, or I think I still haven't caught up on. Dang. So, I mean, there's still that I haven't caught up on Bad Batch. And I don't even know what it really was. Um, I don't really know why I didn't watch them. If there was like a reason outside of, I think that I was just so captivated by the Mandalorian. I had forgotten that Bad Batch which was even coming out, which was one of which I've heard a lot of people complain about whenever they decided to release them at the same time or halfway through Bad Batch start releasing Mando, because that happened to me. I mean, one of my complaints was, well, if you enjoy both shows, you'll still watch both shows. One of my responses was, if you enjoy both, then you'll watch both. But even I fell to the forgetfulness of that Bad Batch was releasing for its finale or season finale. But I'll catch up to it at some point. I mean, and at this point, we're really just in a waiting game, waiting for Ahsoka to release. There's no big video games coming out anytime soon. We still don't know when Star Wars Hunters is going to release. Star Wars Outlaws is not coming out till next year. Ahsoka really is the next thing. And we're getting news about Daisy Ridley's next Star Wars movies as she plays Rey. And I think my thoughts on them continuing the story from the sequels really is that I just don't care. And I don't know how many people would actually care about continuing Rey's story. My first thought is rebuilding the Jedi Order, rebuilding a Jedi Academy after going through your trilogy. That sounds like someone else's story that we could have heard. We could have had, that we did have already, that you're taking away. It sounds like Luke's story. And I think that's why I'm not interested. Because if I want to hear of a Jedi going through a trilogy of movies battling up against a bad guy and the Sith and the dark side, and then having to look around and rebuild the Jedi Order, I would rather watch the original trilogy and then go read/listen to the Thrawn trilogy and the Jedi Academy trilogy, because I can just go there for all of that. And I already know that the Thrawn trilogy is very good. I already know that the Jedi Academy trilogy is very good. The Jedi Academy trilogy was the first Star Wars books I read through. Loved them. Loved that trilogy. And now they're taking that story away from Luke, which one response to this complaint could be, well, Mark Hamill can't play Luke anymore. And I would agree, except for The Mandalorian. The couple episodes that had Luke in The Mandalorian were very good. I think that, or no, it was in a Book of Boba Fett as well, that it was very well done and showed off that they can do a young Luke Skywalker in 2023. They can do it. And if they can do it, then they can make stories centering and surrounding a young Luke Skywalker. And so I'd rather watch that, even if it can't be Mark Hamill. I can understand it can't be Mark Hamill. I would rather watch that than watch Rey get the stories that 20, 30 years ago were given to Luke and never put to animation or live action, which is understandable, of course. I mean, I understand. Lucas had his own ideas in mind and his own things that he has. George Lucas's story is awesome. The way that he went from creating Star Wars all the way through to where he sold Star Wars, his story of what he did with the company, what he wanted to do, and all these things is a cool story. I'm not going to take away from that. But I think that Star Wars focuses at the wrong things at the wrong time, or sometimes even the right things at the wrong time. I think that releasing Solo was the right move. I think that Solo was an awesome movie. I loved that movie, but they released it 3 months after The Last Jedi, and so few people went to see it that now they'll never do anything with that story anymore. And that story was cool. I liked that story. I liked those actors. I would love to see more from that story. I'd love to see a live action movie surrounding or telling the story of Darth Maul building Crimson Dawn. But we will not get to see that anymore. We won't get to see it now because they released it 3 months after The Last Jedi. If they had waited a year, released it, in December the next year, it might have performed well enough that they say, okay, yeah, let's go forward with the next one. But they didn't. They released it 3 months after. It might have been a little bit. It might have been a little bit later, but it was not that long a gap, and so a lot of people still remembered how they were upset about The Last Jedi. They didn't like what happened with The Last Jedi, so they were choosing to not watch the next movie. They were boycotting the next movie, and I don't think Disney understands that. Watching different interviews of Kathleen Kennedy talking about it, I don't think she understands that it was a boycott. That, or she's choosing to not speak about that and not give attention to it. Let's look at our opponent real quick for tonight's Grand Arena. Let's see what they've got. They are a 4.6 million GP account. Well, we just lost, most likely. They have gas. I saw that they had JKL at Relic 6. We'll see how it goes. But I don't think it will go well. Well, that's Grand Arena for you. Look at that. That is going to be tough. That is going to be tough right there. But we might continue this Star Wars discussion tomorrow. Because that all just went off of just the news of Rey getting her own, another trilogy. And we got more Star Wars stuff to talk about. We got other movies on the horizon that, I don't know, I'm just not that excited for. But with all that said, please comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. I would love to hear what you have tomorrow. And we can continue this discussion. I will give your comments some shout out tomorrow. And we'll see where this goes. Y'all have a fantastic day. And may the Force be with you.